Hello everybody, welcome back to Reaper Minis TV. This will be the first episode where we take a look at ReaperCon 2011. And here we are driving up to the Reaper facility. It's about 30, 40 minutes away from my house, and it's up here on the left, so try to turn in as we're driving, and there's a small sign there that says ReaperCon. Oh, sorry, shouldn't be driving and taping at the same time, but anyway, we're here. You can see the large ReaperCon sign over here, and they're back behind some emergency management, or around with some emergency management buildings. This is a radio tower where Reaper beams its secret messages into everybody's brain at night. Over up ahead you can see Reaper Game Store. Used to be called the Asylum, but I think mental patients got dropped off there too much, so they just changed it to Reaper Game Store. You can see the hours they're open over here. We'll take a look inside in a minute. There's Funshine Bear. And then I'm going to get parked and get inside. Alright, and then inside Reaper, here's their banner for this year's ReaperCon. Very nice job done. Has a Raiders of the Lost Ark, Tomb Raider, Lara Croft kind of feel to it. And another welcome banner over here. Stairs leading upstairs. I'll show you where that goes in a minute. And then here's the sign-in area where you pick up all your goodies. They really went out of their way to make this look awesome. It looks like the interior of some kind of jungle scene. Sorry for the glare off the door there, but really well made up. Just looks outstanding. They've got a little glyph thing here, columns, little bits of jungle foliage all over the place. Just really, really well done. Quality setup here that looks awesome. And now we're going to take a little trip upstairs. Over on the sides of the stairs that lead up, I'll show you here, we've got the banners from previous ReaperCons, and that's Sophie, the Reaper mascot, just in her various forms every year, a little bit different for the convention. There was the sci-fi Sophie, the more classic Demon Sophie, Cowgirl Sophie, and then this year's the Tomb Raider-ish kind of Sophie. And then over on the other side, here's some pieces of Reaper artwork from Cav and some of their other games. So just some artwork they have spread around the walls here as we go upstairs. Then at the top of the stairs you can look out over all of the factory floor. All of that down there that you see is miniatures, and then over here they've got some tables set up for games for the convention. But this is where they put everything together. The casting itself, you'll see in a different video, but it's a massive area. Upstairs here, they have gaming tables set up for the convention. Even though it's a local, sort of smallish convention, they did have a really good and robust schedule of games to play in, so a lot of stuff to do here. Okay, and we're back downstairs. This is the actual game store itself. It is actually quite well stocked. All the Reaper stuff you'd expect to see here, but there are a lot of other products here. There's role-playing games here, there's board games. Magic obviously is played here. They have a very good schedule of demos and other games that they do here. You can check out the information on the website here. But for ReaperCon, they've got a Cowboy and Indian looks-like game going on over here, or at least about to start. A Reich of the Dead game that's next to it that you can see right here that's set up to go, and then very outstanding, just beautiful pirate ship game that they've got going on here. And I believe all of these games are using the same game engine as Warlord, so the Rage engine. And then around here, just miniatures and miniatures and miniatures, and then more miniatures. Now here's a display case in the shop, and you can see a lot of stuff here. There's the Pathfinder dragon, and then a resin bust of a dwarf that they've got. And looking down here, see these are all primed miniatures, a little bit of painted stuff. I think these things over here on the right are new, or new to come out soon. The face demon things there, and the brain on the stalks looks like it's new also. I haven't seen that before. There's a large resin maiden from the Razig faction. That's not for the Warlord game, but just sort of like a tabletop or display piece. Here's a bunch of different Sophies over the years. These are the ReaperCon Sophies. Those are only available during ReaperCon. And there's another maiden. Over here on the other side of the display case, you got Savage North, the most recent book for Warlord. And then we'll take a pan down here and just see some of the more miniatures in the case. There's a couple Frost Giants over on the right-hand side, the Dark Reach or Dark Elves over on the left. That's the Frost Giant King. He hasn't been released yet. Eagerly awaiting him. And then we've got some more painted figures down here. Just a nice look at all of their really well painted stuff. They've got an awesome staff of painters here at Reaper that make their figures look just beautiful. And now we're moving on to the warehouse floor itself. This is just racks and racks and racks of blistered miniatures that have been produced and are ready to go out to distributors or to come in and buy. This area was marked off while we were here, and I believe it's all things that are ready to go out, boxed stuff for distribution to big distributors. And they also have some of the new pre-painted plastic stuff here in those bins there, along with some of the new plastic dinosaur and other miniatures that they're going to start carrying through Hobby Q. Now here, this is just bins and bins and bins, and you can't really see all the numbers on there, but each number on these plastic bins corresponds to the catalog number of the miniature. So when they go cast stuff up, they just dump it in a bin there, and then they're going to run it through what's called the Wheel of Pain, which you'll see in the tour video next, the casting tour, and you'll see what that is, and then that's how they blister things up. Now over here, this was something special for ReaperCon, and this was awesome. You could trade in any metal, gaming metal, figures that you had for weight in Reaper miniatures. This is just an amazing thing that Reaper does that I've never heard of anybody else ever doing. So you can bring in your Reaper miniatures, your non-Reaper miniatures, whatever, trade it in for pretty much anything you want. It's amazing. And here's just a quick look at one of the gaming boards they have set up. Beautiful terrain. This is the kind of stuff you'd be playing on if you came to ReaperCon. Just outstanding stuff, not just thrown together. Really quality terrain to play their games on. And here we're going to move into one of the Reaper Warlord tournaments that was going on during the weekend. Same awesome terrain, and you see some of the games being played here. I didn't get a chance to play in this tournament because I was only there for Saturday and I had to shoot a bunch of video and talk to some people. So unfortunately I didn't get to play with that Razig army that I painted up and did the water effect bases on. But you can see some really great armies here. They had a good turnout for the tournament. I'll show you the top 3 winners at the end, or the top 3 placers, but here's some games in progress. Hendrix using a Nefsokar army, which are the mummies and things of that nature. Jack, and I didn't get his last name, but he was using Reptus, which are the Warlord Lizardmen, and Chris Tyler using the Kaboralas, which are the giant wolf creatures. And then to round things out, this is the artist's room, and this is where you'll find just a whole bunch of Reaper's sculptors come in, and they just hang out for the whole weekend, and they do work, and they talk to people. And we're going to do a flyby here and see several of their workstations set up, and you can see all of their sculpting tools and the medium that they work in, the green stuff putty. And here's some mouselings, the zombie apocalypse mouselings there. And here you can see sketches that some of the artists work from. And there's a Gorloth, and I actually use one of those in my Dark Elf army for Warhammer Fantasy Battle as a stand-in for a Hydra. Now there's a giant demon-looking thing there. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Hopefully I'll be able to find out and get you news of it. It looks awesome. Huge monstrous-looking beast there. And there's another creature that was over there, that gray thing. And I'm not bothering or asking the sculptors anything right now because they do have some people there working with them. You can come to Reaper and have some FaceTime with the sculptors. So just kind of letting people do their thing here. But just lots of very cool stuff being worked on. Artists that you can sit down with and kind of pick their brain and get ideas of how you can improve your own abilities. Or just kind of get a sense to find out how they do what they do. I did get to stop and talk to Trey Manor, one of my favorite sculptors, for a few minutes. Didn't get to catch up with him before I left, so sorry, Trey. But he's a very good guy and does awesome work. And that's not to say the other Reaper artists don't, because they're all really high-quality artists. So there's a look at the sculpting room. And thanks for watching this episode of Reaper Minis TV. We'll see you in the next episode with a tour of the casting facility.